So as we all know that we are studying block on block diagrams. So if you want to solve the block on block diagrams, I told you to follow the 3 steps. So if you follow the 3 steps, and then we can find whatever it is required information from this. So as we know, block over the block means, so let me consider the block 1 is M1 and the another block is what, everybody? M2. So there will be here one frictional coefficient and there will be here another frictional coefficient mu1 and here what, mu2. So now as we know, on the day we studied that. So the what is the main target of this entire concept? So we have to move. We can apply. Now I am saying, you observe very carefully. Either I can apply the force for the first body, or I can apply the force for, if I take this one, for example, I can apply the force for the second body. Do you understand, all of you, everybody? But what is happening? What is our target? Both must move. Yes, please. Both must move together. Understand? So what is the maximum required force to make the both blocks to move together? So that is what is our ultimate target. So if you apply less than that, that's fine. Less than maximum force, both the bodies will move forward. If it is more than that, if one body will move forward, another body will fall backward. If this body will move forward, this body will be remains here. If the greater maximum than the above than the maximum required force, to make them to move together. So that is what ultimately in all these concepts we will calculate what is the maximum force required to make the two bodies move together. That is what is our ultimate target. So now as we all know that weight which is acting on this first body on the ground, which is equals to what? Sum of the both the bodies. Am I right, everybody? Which is because one body is over the another body. Am I right, guys? Yes, please. All of you. Yes. And the normal is equals to n. And the normal which is exerted by second body on this one, which is what n2 we have taken. And the weight of the body is m2g. Will you all agree with me? We have done or not last class? N2 is equals to m2g. And n is equals to m1 plus m2 into g. Is it right, everyone? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now, so the following 3 steps, let us brush up the 3 steps. What is the first step we have to do that? In these cases, all the numericals, we have to find what? Yes, please. F limiting. Understanding? So F limiting on one surface or both the surfaces? We have to find it on?
Both the surface.
Both the surfaces. Second one, we have to search a body in such a way that it is only experiencing what force? It has only experiencing. Yes, that.
Frictional.
Yeah. Such the block which only has frictional force. So no other external force should act. For example, I am applying the force for the first body. Then what is the second? What is the body which does not experience any other force other than frictional force? Second body. Am I right or wrong? If suppose I am applying the force on second body, then which is the body which is only experiencing frictional force? Everyone? Yes, please. If I am applying the force on second body, then which is the body only experiencing frictional force? First body. Am I right?
Sir.
Yes, please.
Sir.
Can you understand what I am saying? That is what it is. Then, third one. So, of course, after finding the block which has only frictional force, immediately we have to find some other thing. What is that? We have to find the, yes, please, maximum acceleration. Use this A maximum for in a second body, means other block, and find maximum force F max for together motion. Do you understand, Rudreswar? I'm trying to make the concept so that you all people can understand. So based upon this, we solve one question. Of course, that question also I'll teach you. So today be very, very attentive. A small doubt also. There is no kind of carelessness at any point. So remember, if I apply some force, there is one block over the another. Now, if I apply some force, I don't know. There may be a small force or large force. I don't know. It may be a less than maximum limit, either maximum required force or more than maximum required force. If I apply the force in this direction, suppose if it is contacting with the surface, so we all know that the frictional F limiting is acting backward direction. Am I right or wrong? All of you will agree with me? Yes, please. Respond, Ra. Now, as the surface is moving forward, now this surface will move backward direction. So here also, if you notice it, now if two surfaces are there, M1 and as well as M2. So the frictional, the limiting friction which is exerted by M1 or M2 always will act in what direction? Because M1 is moving by forward direction. So it will act in what direction? It will act
Backward
in
direction.
backward direction. So as M1 will move forward, then frictional force exerted by M2 on M1 will act in this direction. Am I right or wrong, everybody? Yes, please.
Yes.
That is what. So you just remember this point so that you all can able to solve everything. So now, as we already the question what we solved, that is what once again we are going to see. So observe very carefully. Find the maximum value of F such that, what is our target? Both blocks move. Yes, please. Both the blocks move together. Right?
Together.
That is what is our ultimate thing. So there is a surface. One block is placed over it. Let me take, what is the mass of the body? All of you, 10. And there is another block over it, which is actually 5. So here also there will be a friction. So what is the first step? All of you observe. So this one frictional coefficient is equals to 0. So 0, and here the frictional coefficient is, let me take 0.2. All of you observe very carefully and tell me first, what is the step 1? Find F limiting for both the surfaces. So F limiting is equals to mu into n. So as we know, mu is 0. So 0 into n. N means what here? N means both M1 plus M2. So M1 plus M2 means how much, Ra? Respond, Ra. 15 into 10. Am I right, everybody? Yes. So 0 into 5 into 10, which is equals to 0 newtons. Do you all understand? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, first body M1, M2 into G. Am I right or wrong? Which is equals to weight, right? Yes or no? Which is equals to N, newtons. You have done or not? Newtons not, net force.
Yes, sir.
Net force is equals to M1 plus M2 into G for the first body. Am I right, guys? Yes?
Yes, sir.
F limiting is 0. Then same way, for F limiting here, you have to find it. What is F limiting here? F limiting is equals to mu into n, which is equals to mu value. How much? Check it, everybody. 0.2.
0.
And weight is equals to what? 5 into G. So which is equals to n. N is equals to how much? 5 into G value is equals to, how much is the value? Yes, please. How much is the value? 10 newtons. Am I right or wrong? Please respond. Who is that making noise? Please mute yourself. Any problems? Hi, Gardev. Just check it. Now, so first draw the free body diagram for 5 kg mass. So what is happening? So there is only, as we know, if this body moves forward direction, this body will move backward direction. There is a, so the frictional force, the limiting friction exerted by second body, first body and second body will act in this direction. That is what F limiting. So F limiting is equal to how much? All of you? 10 newtons. This F limiting is exerted by first body and second body is this one. Then second body is exerted first body, so that it will act always opposite to that. That is what? 10 newtons. So that, what is the maximum acceleration of this body? Acceleration is equals to F by M, which is equals to 5 divided by, F by M, F is equals to 10 divided by mass is equals to 5. So what is the maximum acceleration, everybody? Yes, please. 2 meter per second square. So identified, because this is the only one which is experiencing what force? No external force. It is the only one which is experiencing what force, guys? Please respond. Frictional force. So
Frictional
that
force.
step two, and immediately I have calculated the acceleration. This acceleration I have to use the another body. What is another body? 10 kg body. So now 10 kg body, if you draw the FBD, so if you all notice it, there is some unknown force acting in this direction. And acceleration, what is the maximum acceleration of this body? Which is equals to, this body is also same, because they have to move together. So together means acceleration remains constant or not, everybody? Together,
Yes, sir.
acceleration remains constant. That is what you should remember. So next one, the limiting friction which is exerting here is 0. And here the limiting friction exerting is 10 newtons. So write the equation, what will happen? F minus 10, which is equals to, that is what formula, F net is equals to MA. So F minus forward direction, this is positive and this is negative. So F minus 10 is equals to mass is 10 into A. So that what will happen, everybody? F minus 10, which is equals to 10 into acceleration is 2, which is equals to 20. So F is equals to how much, guys? F is
30.
equals to how much?
30, sir.
30 newtons. 30 newtons. So that if you want to make both the surfaces moves together, so that what is the range, everybody? The force should varies from 0 to less than or is
0 to 30.
what? Less than or is equals to 30. Everybody
30.
clear? So that is what. So if F is less than 30 or F is equals to 30, the bodies will move what? Moves
Together.
so that
Together.
no relative motion. No relative motion. Am I right or wrong, everybody? Clear, all of you? Mr. Rudreshwa, Narayan?
Yes, sir.
There is no relative motion. So always friction opposes the relative motion. If they move together, the relative motion is 0 because they both are traveling what? Together. So no relative motion. So if suppose if I apply the force greater than 30, then what is that? No, they are not moving together. They will move separately. Understanding, everybody? Moves separately. So
Yes, sir.
move separately means what will happen? If it is greater than 30, move separately means both acceleration remains constant or variable. All of you.
Varies.
Both remains variable. So that by that time, static friction or kinetic friction?
Kinetic.
Kinetic friction. But now both moves together. So that it is what? Static friction or kinetic friction?
Static friction.
Static friction. So static friction means it is constant or variable. Everybody.
Variable.
Variable.
Understand, Rudreshwa? For
Yes, sir.
those, if they move together, that means
Sir.
between them is a static friction. So there is no relative motion. So that F is always variable. Frictional force is always variable. Static friction is remains variable. Am I right or wrong? But if they move separately, then acceleration is variable. So by the time the friction force, what is the friction by this time? Everybody, by the time
Kinetic
friction. So kinetic friction is remains constant or varies? Is remains constant. Do you all able to catch my point or not? All of you? Yes,
Sir.
please. Yeah, we will solve many sums. We will solve today. You will find very, very interesting. That's all the first question which already we solved. Now we are applying the body force for which body now? 10 kg body. Am I right or wrong? All of you?
Sir.
Yes. And we all know that friction always opposes the relative motion. Friction always opposes the relative motion. Now the next question is, all of you write it. Find same again. Find F maximum so that both the blocks will move what? All of you? Both the blocks move together. Understand? Now again the same thing. So there is a blocks one over the another. So 10 kg block and above it there is a 5 kg block. So both are now I am applying some unknown force for the 5 kg block. Now you have to be very, very careful. So what will happen? If I apply some random force, then only 5 kg body moves, 10 kg body remains constant. Am I right or wrong, guys? All of you? Yes? Please respond. So that here
Yes,
the
sir.
coefficient is 0.2 and here the frictional coefficient is equals to 0. Now what is our primary step? You all people knows. We have to find first what? Everybody tell me what we have to find. What is the primary step? Step 1.
F limiting.
F limiting. F limiting for both the surfaces. So this surface F limiting is here and this surface F limiting is here. So here F limiting is mu into n. Here also F limiting is mu into n. So that here mu is 0. So that F limiting is will become what? Entire thing 0 into
0.
0. Is it clear, everybody? So this surface F limiting is 0. But this surface F limiting is how much? Verified. 0.2 into 5 into 5 into G value 10. Am I right, guys? N is equals to mg. N is equals to 5g. Will you all agree with me? Yes,
sir.
please. So that what is F limiting? Fastly. F limiting is equals to 10. Okay, solve it. Question you take separately and solve it separately. Now, so you all observe very carefully. Now the first surface, the F limiting is exerting by first surface and second surface is 10 newtons. Means then the F limiting exerted by second surface and second body and first body will act in this direction. Am I right or wrong? All of you? Yes, please. So that is what F limiting is equals to how much? F limiting is equals to what? 10 newtons. Clear, everyone? Please respond. So that is what. Now, If you observe very carefully, the step 1 over, I found F limiting. Now, what is the second step? All of you read the second step and let me know. Everyone, identify the body, a block, which has only experiencing what? Which has only experiencing,
Frictional
everyone,
force.
frictional force.
Frictional.
So, which is the body now? Given two bodies, which is the only one which is experiencing frictional force? Make it fast. 10
5
kg or
kg.
5 kg? 5 kg
5
is
kg body.
experiencing external force. Then which body?
10 kg.
10
10
kg
kg
body.
So 10 kg body is experiencing two things. One is F limiting is 0 in this surface, and in this surface, because of second surface, F limiting is equals to how much? Fastly. F
10
limiting is
meters.
equals to 10 newtons. Understanding all of you? So that acceleration. So I identified second body is only experiencing what? Only frictional force. Understand, brothers? Mr. Murali, Sai Garde. So only frictional force. So who is experiencing
Yes,
only
sir.
frictional force? 10 kg. Because 5 kg is experiencing with the external force. Am I right or wrong? All of
Yes,
you.
sir.
So
Yes,
that
sir.
A maximum is equals to force divided by mass. So force is 10, mass is equals to also 10. So what is the maximum acceleration? Fastly.
1 meter.
Maximum acceleration is 1. So means then you apply that for 5 kg body. So 5 kg there is external force. Acceleration is equals to how much ra? Acceleration is equals to how much? 10. And there is a back F limiting. F limiting is equals to how much, guys? 10 newtons. Am I right?
10 Newton.
Yes. So write the equation F net is equals to MA. F net is equals to MA. Tell me equation fastly. F minus 10 is equals to 5 into acceleration is 1. So F is
1.
equals to 5 plus 1, which
15.
is equals to what? 5, this minus 10 will
15
come
Newton.
this side plus 10. So this is what F is equals to, how much it is? This is the maximum force which is need to apply to make what motion? All of you. Together? Respond, together. Motion. Understand, Rudreswa? Yes. So if I apply 15 Newton force, then what will happen? Both the bodies will move together or not? All of you. Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Respond, Ra.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So if the force is exerting less than 15 Newtons, then both the bodies will move together. If suppose, if I apply, for example, F is equals to 10 Newtons, then tell me, is it relative, no relative motion or relative motion? Manya, what? Thank you for your consideration. I am not getting. Tell me, F is equals to 10 Newtons means in the sense of both bodies moves together or not moves together?
Together.
Both moves together
Move
means in the sense
together.
of is it relative motion or no relative motion?
Not
Yes,
relative.
please. No
Not
relative
relative.
motion. So if it is no relative motion means it is a kinetic friction or static friction? All of you. It is
Static.
Static friction.
Static friction means let me take symbol is F. Is it variable or constant? Static friction.
Variable.
Variable.
Everybody clear? So what is the maximum force we can apply here to make the bodies both the
15 Newton.
bodies
15 Newton.
15 newtons. That is
15
what. So let us take now. That is what next question. So write the same thing. The question is find the maximum. Again same. Find F max so that both blocks move together. Both blocks moves together. So that is the question now. So we have to find it. So let us see how much it is fine. What is that static friction? We have to calculate in this question. Calculate acceleration of the bodies and as well as what is the static friction. F means what, everybody? F means what?
Static friction.
Static friction.
Be very
Static
careful.
friction.
It remains constant or varies? Remains
Varies.
Varies.
So what is it? We have to find it now. So let us see that now. There is a block 10 kg and there is another block 5 kg. Manya, completely make attention here. So applied force is how much, guys? Applied force is how much?
10 Newton.
10 newtons. Okay, everybody. Now the coefficient is here is mu2. That is what mu2 is equals to 0.2. And here the coefficient is mu1 is equals to 0. Okay, everybody. Now, so observe very carefully. We already got in the previous question F maximum. I am applying the force here. F maximum must be equals to how many newtons? All of you. Yes, please.
15 Newton.
So that the 15 newtons. So that the F applied is less than F maximum. So that both bodies will move together or not? Yes, please respond.
No.
Yes, sir.
No. F applied is
Yes,
less
sir.
than F maximum. So that F maximum means they will go together. More means only they won't go together. Do you understand? Yes.
Yes, sir.
That is what. So F applied is less
Yes.
than F applied is less than F maximum. So they will go together or not? All of you. Both
Yes, sir.
both moves
Together.
together. So both moves together means what? Relative motion or non-relative motion? No relative motion. If no relative motion means acceleration remains what? Acceleration remains what?
Constant.
Acceleration remains constant. So acceleration remains constant means what is that? It is the
Static.
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 So static friction means what does it
Static
mean? It is the remains constant or variable?
Variable.
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 Now draw the free body diagram for 5. So 5 kg if you take, one is Fx. So F is static friction now here, not limiting friction. Understand the Rudresha? We already found
Yes, sir.
limiting friction. What is the limiting friction maximum? 10, we have found it already. Am I right or wrong? For the surface. Now it is, we
Yes.
found that the applied force is less than maximum force. So by that time it is acting what? Static friction or limiting friction or? Static friction. Okay.
Static friction.
Remember that static friction symbol is F, and there is a forward force which is unknown force which is acting F. So now you can notice it, all of you. So that unknown force is equals to the applied force. What is the applied force? Equals to 10 newtons. Am I right, all of
10
you?
Newton.
Acceleration is A. So then write the equation F net is equals to fastly. F net is equals to MA. So F net is equals to 10 minus F is equals to mass is 5 into A. Am I right, everyone? All you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
That's all. Then we all knows that if the two surfaces are acting 10 and 5, so here this side F statics by first body by second body is means, then second body by first body will act F static in forward direction. Am I right, guys? You all agree with me, Mr. Monish, Naren? Yes or no? Then for 10 body, you draw the free body diagram. So for 10 body, if you draw the free body diagram, what will happen? There is no backward force, because that we all know that F limiting is equals to 0. Am I right, guys? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that what will happen? The only one force which is acting is static friction. So static friction and the single force is acting, no other force. So that you can draw F net is equals to MA. So what is the answer? F is equals to 10 into A. Is it okay, guys? All of you? You all agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then you all can make it. What is that? Both equations you can add. So 10 minus F is equals to 5A. F is equals to 10A. So both FF will get cancelled if you add it. So that what is the answer? 10 is equals to 15A. So acceleration is equals to 10 by 15, which is equals to 2 by 3 meter per
2 by
second.
3.
Okay, everybody. So that both the blocks will move together with what acceleration? Fastly. With what
2 by 3
acceleration,
meter per
guys?
second.
2 by 3 meter per second.
Per second square. But before, if you apply maximum force, F limiting, that is what F maximum, 15 if I apply, what is the acceleration? We got it.
1 meter.
What is the acceleration? Yes, please.
1.
1 meter per second
One.
square. So I will notice that acceleration decreases or not from here to there. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So because applied
Yes.
force decreases. Now we can see we got acceleration. So we can find what is that static friction. So find static friction. We got it already. So static friction, what is the formula? We got it already. You can see that. F is equals to 10A. That is that. So F is equals to 10 into acceleration is 2 by 3. So F is equals to 10 to the 20. So 20 by 3.
20 by 3.
Am I right? So 20 by 3 means we all knows that 6.6 newtons. Am I right, guys? All of you. So this F means what?
Yes,
Not it is. F means what is this? Static friction.
Friction.
Clear, everybody? So whenever the bodies moves together, we have kinetic friction or static friction. We'll be having static friction. Understand, Aswita? If they move differently, if applied force is greater than the F maximum, then there will be a relative motion. So that static friction or kinetic friction, everybody, it will be, yes, kinetic friction. Okay, for those understand this question, how to solve?
Yes, sir.
Murali, understand, Murali? Rishi, any doubt, please kindly ask me. Monish, girls also. Ishali, Manya, and Samya, Aswita. I think as Manya is busy with something. Are you clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now,
Yes, sir.
now next question. So again the same thing. Find A of both the blocks, and as well as friction between them. Do you all understanding? So if you all notice it, the given diagram is like this. Now, so 10 kg, 5 kg, 5 kg. Now I'm applying the force of 50 newtons. Now observe very carefully. It is, we already know that F maximum is equal to how much? Fastly. F maximum is equals to
10.
50 newtons. But
50
F
newtons.
applied is what? F applied is greater than F
F
maximum.
max.
F
So that
maximum.
now, is it no relative motion or relative motion? Both moves?
Relative motion.
Both moves what? Separately or together? Pradosh? What is the
Separately.
problem?
Separately, sir.
Yeah, separately they will move. If they will move separately means what is that? Is it a what motion?
Relative motion.
It is
Two
the
motion, sir.
relative motion. Means one over another it is moving. If it is relative motion means we all knows that. It is what friction? All of you.
Kinetic friction.
The kinetic friction.
Friction.
Please be focused. Anything doubt, ask me. So many are not all open.
Constant,
I
sir.
don't know what is that. So kinetic friction is remains constant. What is the formula?
Constant.
Mu into
Mu k into n.
K into n. That is what. You have to be very smart. Then the same thing. I am giving here 0.2 and this coefficient is mu is equals to 0.1. So you can start finding it. So first body I can draw. So 5 kg body if I draw. So acceleration is this one and applied force is how much ra? Applied force is how much? 10 newtons.
10
And find the limiting friction. No, sorry, kinetic friction now. So limiting friction is like kinetic friction. So Fk is equals to Uk into N. So Uk value how much? Check it everybody surface. What is the surface value UK?
0.2 into
N value down only 5G. So 5 into G. So which is
50.
50.
50 for those. 5G ra
Sir.
0.2 into 10. How many newtons? 10 newtons. Correct? G value 10 ra.
Okay, sir.
G value 10
Sir,
means
sir,
how many newtons?
5G,
10
sir.
newtons. Correct, ma? Girls say, Aswita. What is happening, Aswita? Onion Samaya, solved or not? 10 newtons. That's all. Then you can write the equation. So back side 10 newtons, forward 50 newtons. So acceleration is positive. So this is positive, this is negative. So 50 minus 10, which is equals to
40 newtons.
Yes, am I right? F
Sir.
net is equals to MA. So which is equals to 40 is equals to 5 into A. So A is
8
equals to 40 by 5, which is equals to how much?
8 meter per second.
8
meter
meter
per
per
second
second.
square for acceleration of what? First body or second body? 5 kg body.
5 kg body.
5
kg
kg
body. Then what about the 10 kg body? So as we all know that, again I'm drawing the same surface. If kinetic friction is acting this side 10 means by first body and second body, then second body by first body will act this side, which is equals to how many newtons? That is also will become
10 newton.
10 newtons.
10
So
newton.
now you can draw for only 10 kg. So there is a only single force, that is what Fk is equals to 10 newtons. That's all. Then tell me what is that? Acceleration is also forward direction. So let me take this is
Sir,
A dash. So A dash is equals to what? F divided by M, which is equals to 10 divided by 10. What is the acceleration of 10 kg body?
1 meter per second.
1 meter per second square. I hope you all understand. Everybody clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is what. So you have to be very, very presence of mind in these concepts. Otherwise, it's very tough to understand even. So it's very difficult actually. This is block on block diagrams. Even many people it will take even for teaching it will take some people will take even one question one period because it's not tough. Of course, you are all. I'm having a good rapport with you. You are my old students so that you can able to catch my language and everything. If it is first time, anybody newly dealing with the students, it's very tough to understand these things. Okay, clear everybody. So now two things I have written here. Both move separately, relative motion, kinetic friction. Both moves together, no relative motion. Acceleration remains constant, static friction, variable. But here, if it is both moves separately, relative motion, acceleration remains not constant, it is kinetic friction. So kinetic friction is constant. What is the formula kinetic friction? Mu k into n. Is it okay, everybody?
Mu K and 10.
Laksha, understand? Laksha, Ishali, how to solve? Aswita?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, any doubt, please.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Monish, solved, Monish? Yes, Ishali, I can. Everybody, if anybody having any problem, let me know. Princey, have you solved? Princey, understand? Narayan, Rishi, this is very important. That's the reason I'm saying. Next question. Yeah. So you all can find it next question. Let it be. 6 minutes is there. Then again, next meeting, we can solve it. So make it. Allah, the question is find A. Open your mouth and be presence of mind. Still like 10th class means what is the use I'm saying. But Manya and Samya, what they're doing, I don't know. Never responds anything. Blocks. Find acceleration of both the blocks and find friction between them. Find what? Everybody? Friction between them. Is it okay, everyone? So there is a surface. All of you observe very carefully. So 10 kg body and 5 kg body and applied force. Okay, so there is no applied force or whatever it is. Oh, yeah. Again, I'm applying the force for the down body, 10 newtons. What is applied force, everybody? Applied force is how much?
10 Newton.
10 newtons. Okay. Now, here the coefficient is mu is equals to 0.2. Here the coefficient is mu is equals to 0. Okay, everybody. So that's all it is. Now we have to find two things. One is what is the acceleration? If it is together, common acceleration. If it is separately, what will happen? Different accelerations. Am I right or wrong? Yes, please. All of you. That is what. And as well as we have to find F. F means frictional force. What frictional force? Either it is a kinetic friction or it is a static friction. Clear, everyone? So that is what. So now, first duty. What is the step one, everyone? I will change the color of the pen also. You should tell me, read a diagram and tell me what is the first step. Step one, finding the F limiting. Am I right? So F limiting here, mu into N. So as we know, mu is 0. So entire term will become 0. So which is equals to here N newtons. Is it clear, everybody? F limiting is equals to N. Now here F limiting. So F limiting is equals to here mu into N. Mu value is 0.2 into N value. N is equals to 5 into G. So 5 into 10, which is equals to how many newtons F limiting? Fastly. 10. If the first body exiting the F limiting in second body is 10 newtons means then second body exiting the F limiting on first body is forward direction. That is also equals to 10 newtons. Am I right? Will you all agree with me, Pradosh? That's what it is. Okay. So that is what. How much is the F limiting? So F limiting is equals to, we got it how much, guys? 10 newtons.
10
Now
Newton.
you find it.
10
What is the
newtons.
maximum required force to make it? So 5 kg body, if I draw, only one force is acting forward direction. So because that is the second step. What is our second step? Everybody read the second step. Identify the body which is experiencing only what? Only
Frictional force.
frictional force. Now 5 and 10 kg, who is experiencing only frictional force? For 10 kg body or 5 kg body? I verify because I am applying force
5 kg body.
now. 5 kg. So 5 kg means it will experience only one force. That is what? F limiting. So F limiting is equals to 10 newtons. So that now from that maximum acceleration, I identified a body which is experiencing only frictional force. So which is equals to F divided by M, which is equals to 10 divided by 5. So what is the acceleration, everybody? Acceleration is what? 2. So that is
2
the
meter per
maximum
second.
acceleration. So the same acceleration I can apply for another body. What is another body? All of you? 10.
10 kg.
Right? So there is a force which is acting. How much force is acting? All of
10
you?
Newton.
Yes?
10.
10 newtons. Understanding? So the force which is acting 10 newtons. Okay? And there is a force which is acting frictional force, which is also acting how many newtons it is?
10 Newton.
That is also 10 newtons. Understanding? So now what is our question? Find the acceleration. Of course, we found it. Now what is the maximum force required to make these bodies move together? So we don't know the force. For example, if I imagine I don't know, I want F max to move this body so that it will become F, and this is the frictional force acting backward 10 newtons. And as we know, the acceleration is maximum. So that is what 2 meter per second square. We have to apply the same. Am I right, guys? Both are moving together means same acceleration. Am I right or wrong? So that from
Yes,
that
sir.
I can say equation if you write it. So 10 into A, which is equals to this side it is positive and this side it is negative. As we know, direction of acceleration in this direction. Right or wrong, guys? We have done or not?
Sir.
Which is equals to, what is the equation will come?
F minus 10
is equals to 10A. So F is equals to 10 into A value is how much? 2 plus 10. So which is equals to 20 plus
30.
10. The question already we solved, same thing. So 30 newtons. So if you want to make the bodies to move together, moves together, what is the maximum force we have to apply, everybody? What is the maximum
13.
to apply?
30 Newton.
But in the given question, applied force is how much? Everybody verify. If F
10
is less than, all of you.
Mm.
So if F is less than 30, all of you observe very carefully, what will happen? No relative motion. If no relative motion, what is the reason? Second meeting, please join very quickly. No relative motion. So no relative motions means what? Both will move together or separately? Yeah. Both moves
Together.
together. Both moves together means what will happen? Acceleration remains same or varies?
Constant.
Acceleration remains same. So acceleration remains same means what is the friction? Static friction or kinetic friction?
Static friction.
It is the static friction. So static friction means I'll represent with a small r, and it is a constant or variable. Everybody, it is the
Variable.
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 So that's all. Now we have to find it. Okay. So meeting is going to end. Clear? Anybody having any doubt? You can ask me. So that we will solve what is the static friction, how much it is, and what is the acceleration of the bodies. We'll find it. Shall we do it now? Everybody? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So